What's going on, guys, and welcome back to WWE Network and Chill, where every single Monday I, Graham G.S. and Matthews, break down all the content that I watch on the WWE Network. Now, I'm technically cheating here going forward for as long as this season lasts. I'll be talking about Total Bellas. Now, Season 1 is on the network. Season 2 is not, which is currently airing on E! Every Wednesday after NXT at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. 9 p.m. Central Time, whatever. So I'll be talking about Total Bellas from here on out. If you don't like the show, don't listen to this show. It's not airing on the network, so kind of defeats the purpose of this show. But I figured if I'm watching the show, I might as well review it anyway. So maybe at some point I'll go back and review Season 1, which I watched. It was an alright show. Season 2, we'll see how much better this season is as Brie is pregnant. Nikki is preparing to get engaged to John Cena at WrestleMania. So the show is taking place around the start of 2017, seemingly right after the Rumble. Apparently, according to some clips they showed on this episode of episode 1 of Season 2, A Desert Dilemma. But we'll get into that. So this will be some play-by-play stuff and me giving my thoughts on the episode as we go along. So if you don't like Total Bellas, tune out now. If you don't like Total Divas, tune out now. This pretty much has to do with all that kind of stuff. But I'll be watching the show anyway, so I figured if I'm watching it, why not review it? So I'll be talking about it here on WWE Network and Chill throughout the fall. And, beyond that, maybe we'll talk about some other network stuff that premieres on the network after Raw, whenever that happens. In recent weeks, they really haven't had anything beyond the Mae Young Classic, which I have reviewed anyway for nextairwrestling.net. I won't talk about it here. But anyway, Total Bellas, Season 2, Episode 1, A Desert Dilemma. We kick off the episode with a shot of John Cena proposing to Nikki Bella at WrestleMania. I was there. And Brie Bella giving birth. So they kind of spoil what the season finale will entail. Brie giving birth is pretty obvious because she's pregnant. Cena proposing to Nikki, we already know. If you're a wrestling fan, you already know that happened. If you're a Nikki Bella fan but don't watch the WWE, or a John Cena fan and you don't watch the WWE, you probably already knew that anyway because that news broke many months ago. But anyway, I guess they wanted to kind of give viewers an idea of what this season is heading to, even though the seeds haven't even been planted for that yet. So anyway, the show kind of officially kicks off with Nikki Bella asking John Cena if he would move in with Daniel Bryan and Brie Bella in Phoenix during Brie's pregnancy. Cena hesitantly agrees. Now, the reason why this is significant is because Season 1 was all about Brie Bella and Daniel Bryan moving in with John Cena and Nikki Bella while Nikki recovered from her neck injury and John Cena was recovering from his respective injury at the start of 2016. So a year later, the roles are reversed and Cena and Nikki are moving in with Brie and Bryan. So Brie Bella wants to get a physical mold of her body while she's naked to, I guess, remember the pregnancy or something. I don't know how many people actually do this. It seemed kind of weird. Nikki Bella gets one too. She does not get naked. Sorry, guys. She just wears her bikini. You don't see anything of Brie, but it's pretty obvious. You can pretty much see her boobs and stuff. Everything's just covered up. And whatever. The whole thing's a little weird. So Brie's not content in living for the public, in his words, which is why he does not want to do it. And maybe he would have done this with Brie had it not been filmed for Total Bellas. So he's not too happy about this kind of stuff. He doesn't want it. Not the fact that it's happening he's unhappy with. He's more unhappy with the fact that Brie would be posting it to her Instagram and making it public and whatnot when it really should be a family situation, which I could not agree more with. This kind of thing, doing it for the world to see is a little bit weird. Maybe not as, it may not be as weird as you think, since the Bella Twins go out there with their ass and boobs hanging out of their ring gear anywhere every week on WWE TV, but this is a bit more invasive, I would say. So I kind of get where Brian's getting from, where he's coming from here. So Brie visits SmackDown when they're in Phoenix. Again, right after the Rumble, she meets up with Jimmy Uso, Becky Lynch, Renee Young. They kind of talk back and forth about Brian being uncomfortable with the whole mold thing and the nude photo shoot. Like I said, it seemingly takes place right after the Rumble. They show a shot of They show a shot of John Cena teaming with Luke Harper against Randy Orton and Bray Wyatt, which was, I think, the SmackDown after the Rumble. So I guess that's when it takes place. I forgot to look up whether that show emanated from Phoenix or not, but I assume it was right around that time. Nikki and Cena visit a villa in Phoenix to kind of get a home for themselves if they are going to be living in Phoenix for a while, to kind of help out Brie and Brian. JJ, who is the brother of Nikki and Brie, checks it out as well. Cena seemingly not too into it, and we would find out why later on. Brie talks to Lauren, who is the wife of JJ, so her sister-in-law, about her nude photo shoot. So Lauren and JJ had a kid. I don't know when that was documented, whether it was the first season of Total Bellas or on Total Divas, I forget. But she did a nude photo shoot. She put it online. JJ is apparently still unhappy about that, as typical husbands are expected to be. Then we cut to John Cena talking to his trainer about moving to Phoenix, whether it's a good idea or not, whether it's, going to be too much on his schedule. He's going to find it tough to split his free time between Tampa, where he currently resides, with Nikki, and Phoenix, especially with all the projects he has coming up between doing voiceovers and animated shows and hosting the Kids' Choice Awards and all these other type of things. So Brie, despite Daniel Bryan's, his criticisms or his concerns, she does the nude photo shoot anyway, and Bryan's a part of it. Bryan goes along with it, and he does some shots as well, so we'll get his reaction to that a bit later on in this episode. JJ and Nikki meet for lunch. He admits to her that he is temporarily separated from Lauren, his wife, which Nikki cannot believe, because they just had a child and they're already separated. Technically separated. I guess they're still married, obviously, but he's not living with her at the moment. No one else knows this but Nikki. So why he would tell Nikki, despite the fact that she is his sister, but she's got a loud mouth, so you would think that she would tell somebody. Anyway, so Brian and Brie get the pictures of the nude photo shoot in the mail. Brian thinks they came out incredible, and he allows her to post them. So he kind of comes around to the fact that she's going to post them anyway, so why not just go along with it? And that he really can't control her life either. John Cena feels that he led Nikki Bella on because he cannot make the Phoenix house his home for the time being with all the stuff he's got going on. He feels like he let Nikki, when he told her early on that he could do it, he felt like he was leading her on. Nikki Bella surprisingly understands. It was more about Brie's reaction than Nikki's that John Cena was concerned with. And then she later reveals to John Cena when they go out for lunch a short time after that she has not yet told Brie. So they got to break the news when they go to visit, when they all go to visit each other in San Diego soon after. Anyway, so Brie goes to San Diego with JJ, Lauren, Mama Bella, John Laurinaitis, who is obviously the husband of Mama Bella, if you did not watch the season finale of Total Bella Season 1. JJ gets mad at Lauren when they're at the airport. There's some awkwardness there, and the two are kind of bickering amongst each other. John meets with JJ's daughter, Vivian, he finally meets JJ's daughter, Vivian. I guess he's kind of awkward about holding babies and stuff, which I am too, so I can kind of relate to that, but John Cena, comes around to the fact that I think he eventually holds the baby, and they're discussing potential uncle names for John Cena, since technically Cena and Nikki aren't married, but they want to have the Vivian, the daughter, refer to Cena as her uncle anyway. I don't know. So JJ and Lauren work things out as they reach San Diego, which is good to see. The whole family goes out to dinner, and this is where Cena dinner. Cena is the Spanish word for dinner, if you didn't already know. Stupid fun fact. Anyway, so the whole family goes out to dinner, and that's where Cena breaks the news that he cannot come to Phoenix. Obviously, you could tell from Brie's facial expression, and I've seen this a million times. My mom gets the exact same way. It's not an all-female thing. It's only certain women, and you can just tell based off certain people's facial expressions that they're not happy. And that sounds obvious, but you could tell Brie is fucking pissed, and she makes it evident too, that she's upset with the fact that Cena can't come out to Phoenix, that it's all about him, that he doesn't make enough time for the family, he doesn't want to be a part of the family, blah, blah, blah. She tells Nikki that she feels that Cena is never a part of the picture. So Cena and Brie get into a pretty heated argument at dinner, with Brie just kind of jumping down Cena's throat, and they bicker back and forth, and they take some shots at each other, and Cena's like, I got stuff going on, I'm sorry, there's nothing I can do. Brie's like, well, you need to be a part of the family, I don't want my daughter calling you her uncle or whatever. So they get pretty personal there. It gets pretty heated there for a moment. Brie and Nikki eventually meet up Brie is touched that Nikki will make an effort to stay in Phoenix while Cena cannot. And then Brie and Nikki try out certain baby shower games and stuff, or I guess the baby shower that will happen soon. So Cena eventually visits them in Phoenix and says that whenever he has 12 hours to spare in his free time, whenever that might be, he is going to visit them in Phoenix whenever he can. And then Brie apologizes, and he will spend time with them in Phoenix. So yeah, Brie looks forward to when John Cena asks both Brie and Brian what they look forward to as parents. Brie says she looks forward to the unconditional love from her child, and Brian's excited for that change that you can just kind of see like immediately as soon as the baby is born. JJ admits he needs a small breather from Lauren, but they are seemingly on a lot better terms than they were at the start of the episode, and that's when they can make the marriage work. And like I said, Brie apologizes to John Cena, and that's it for episode 1 of season 2 of Total Bellas. So, a good first episode. Pretty much, you get what you get with the show. I don't have high hopes or anything. I already know where this is headed, because we already know that John proposed to Nikki at WrestleMania, and the baby is born, Birdie Joe. But we just kind of get the journey. Sometimes the journey is more entertaining than the destination itself. So I look forward to seeing how the show transpires in the weeks and months ahead. I believe there's 8 episodes this season. There were 6 in season 1. I think this season there's 8, which will culminate in late August, that would be a long fucking season, in late October. So for the next 7 or 8 weeks, it looks like I will be reviewing the show. It looks like I will be reviewing the show here for WWE Network and Chill. And why not? If I'm watching the show anyway, why not review it, you know? So again, guys, that is episode 1 of season 2 of Total Bellas, entitled A Desert Dilemma, where you can watch it. I'm sure E has replays before they show episode 2 this week, so you can check it out before episode 2 goes live on E. And also, like I said earlier, this is technically related to WWE Network, in that you can check out the entire first season already on the WWE Network, all 6 episodes in their entire glory, and right now on the network. So anyway, guys, thank you for checking out this show. I appreciate it. Be sure to like the video, share the video, drop a comment, and check back every single day right here to the channel by subscribing for daily content. And we'll be back next Monday with another all-new episode of WWE Network and Chill with my review of episode 2 of season 2 of Total Bellas. So anyway, guys, have a great rest of your week. I'm Graham G.S. Matthews, and I'll catch your ass down the road.